You ever catch yourself thinking that once you finally get a six-pack, buy that nicer car, or hit six figures, then women will start chasing you? Look, I get it. A lot of us grow up thinking that's the game. Level up, look better, earn more, and boom, she's yours. But here's the cold truth. Most guys only realize after years of chasing. None of that guarantees anything. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to crush your motivation. I'm just being real with you. You can grind for 5 years in the gym. You can upgrade your lifestyle. You can dress better, smell better, drive a better car, and even carry yourself with more confidence, and still feel like women barely notice you. Sure, some might flirt. A few might go on dates. But deep down, you'll feel it. She's not really invested. She's not texting you first. She's not wondering what you're doing at night. She's not emotionally hooked. And the worst part, you'll see another guy. Doesn't work out. Broke. Doesn't dress sharp. And somehow, women are all over him. Laughing, opening up, getting jealous when he doesn't reply fast enough. And you're sitting there like, wait, how? I did everything I was supposed to do. So here's the first truth you need to swallow. You can do everything right and still not be the guy she chooses. Why? Because women don't get addicted to what you show them. They get addicted to what they feel around you. And if you don't understand what creates that feeling, the energy, the tension, the pull, you'll just keep spinning in circles, wondering what you're missing. So if you're tired of being the guy who looks good on paper but keeps getting overlooked, stay with me. We're going to break this down, step by step. Let's start here. Being impressive is not the same as being memorable. You might look the part, say the right things, even make her laugh. But if your vibe, your energy, your presence is telling her that you're trying to win her over, it's already game over. Because women don't get obsessed with guys who need their approval. They get obsessed with guys who don't. And that's the biggest shift you need to make. If your whole approach to dating is based on impressing her, proving yourself, or trying to be good enough, she can sense it, and it turns her off, fast. Women pick up on everything. Your tone, your eyes, your posture, the tiniest change in energy. She feels it. So even if you look confident, if that confidence is built on your car, or your bank account, or how many girls liked your last photo, it's fragile, it's performative, and she can feel that too. That's why she doesn't get attached. That's why she keeps you at arm's length. That's why she ghosts without warning. Because even though you did all the right things, you were never in her head. She watched you. She listened to you. But she didn't feel anything underneath it. No emotional hook, no mystery, no pull. And when there's no emotional connection, she's gone. Even if she's still physically there. So let's flip the script. What actually gets a woman addicted? It's not your abs. It's not your job title. It's not your ability to hold a conversation. It's your internal state. She gets hooked on how she feels around you. She gets addicted to that sense of presence, that calm, that unshakable stillness. It's the vibe that says, I'm good, with or without you. That's what lingers. That's what has her checking your stories, rereading your messages, wondering what you're doing when you're not around. Because most guys don't have that. Most guys chase, they say too much, they try to manage how she sees them, and that kills everything. Because the moment she senses you need her to validate you, she checks out emotionally. She's not looking for someone to chase her. She's looking for a man who doesn't need to chase anything. And if you can't be that guy, you might get a few dates. You might even sleep with her, but you'll never have her mind. And without her mind, you'll always feel like you're chasing a ghost. So, how do you get there? How do you become that kind of guy? Solid, centered, unshakable. Before we go deeper, do me one quick favor. If this is already hitting home, hit that like button. It helps more guys like you find this. Alright, let's keep going. This is where most men stop listening. Because it's not flashy, it's not fast, and it's not easy. You build that kind of energy through stillness, through being alone with your own emotions, through sitting in silence without reaching for distractions. You stop trying to be loud. You stop trying to be on all the time. You stop seeking validation from every conversation or reaction, and you start standing in who you are. Even if no one claps for it, even if it's quiet, even if it's boring, you stop explaining. You stop apologizing. You stop needing everyone to get you. And when you do that, when your energy becomes calm, rooted, and unapologetically yours, that's when things start to shift. That's when women stop seeing you as just another guy trying to win them and start feeling you in a way they can't shake off. And that's the part that stings the most. You're doing everything right? You're dressing well. You're making progress. You're working hard. You're building yourself up. And yet, the same women you try to impress seem unimpressed. You show up, you put in effort, and she gives you nothing. Cold replies. No spark. But then you watch her light up around some random guy who doesn't even try. And you're sitting there, asking yourself, am I missing something? Yes, you are. And here it is. Being impressive doesn't mean you're impactful. You can impress the eyes and still leave no mark on her mind. Because women aren't wired to fall for effort. They fall for energy. For presence, they don't chase the man who's got it all together. They chase the man who doesn't need to prove he's got it all. Let me break this down even further. You think that being confident means having everything in order: the money, the looks, the lifestyle. But real confidence, the kind that women feel, comes from being grounded, solid, calm, silent power. Not power that brags, not power that performs, but the kind of power that's just there, like gravity. You don't see it, but you feel it. And that's where most guys mess it up. They confuse attraction with performance. They think if they act confident, she'll believe it. But here's the truth. If your confidence is coming from how much attention you're getting, or how much money's in your account, it's fake, and she can feel it. She might go on a date with you. She might flirt a little. She might even sleep with you. But she won't stay. She won't chase. She won't invest. Because deep down, she knows you're not solid. You're performing, and she's watching. And the worst part is, she's already disconnected. She's already emotionally gone. Before you even realize it, now let's talk about what actually makes women obsessed. It's not what you wear. It's not what you drive. It's not how funny, smart, or charming you are. It's the way you carry yourself. The way you make her feel when she's in your space. It's your internal world. That stillness inside you. That energy that says, I'm good, with or without you. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not chasing, I'm choosing. That's what makes her addicted. Because most men don't have that. Most men are noisy. They chase. They explain. They try to manage how they're seen. They're constantly adjusting their energy based on what the woman is doing. But when you're truly grounded, you don't explain. You don't overreact. You don't try to fix her feelings about you. You're just you. Unmoved, solid, rooted, and that's rare. It's rare because it takes work, not outer work, inner work. It takes sitting with your own silence, your fears, your rejection, your loneliness. It takes looking at your own insecurities without trying to outrun them with status or charm. Because when you finally stop trying to win, you actually start to attract. You stop texting first all the time. You stop asking too many questions. You stop oversharing too early. You create space, you create tension. And here's something most guys don't want to hear. Tension is not a bad thing. In fact, it's necessary. If there's no mystery, if there's no unpredictability, if there's no emotional contrast, then there's no obsession. See, most guys want to be liked. They want to be seen as nice or safe. So they do everything in their power to avoid discomfort. But that's not what gets her addicted. What gets her addicted is not being able to figure you out. You're emotionally grounded, but you're not fully open. You're available, but not needy. You're kind, but not soft. And she feels that. She feels safe around you, but also curious. She can't quite tell where she stands. That uncertainty, that slight imbalance, that's the hook. Not because you're playing games, but because you're not giving her the control she's used to having with most men. You're not showing up trying to be chosen. You've already chosen yourself. And if she wants access to your inner world, she has to earn it. Not with sex, not with attention, but with emotional investment, with consistency, with patience. Because here's the truth, no one tells you. The more you reveal yourself without her earning it, the less she values it. If you pour out your story, your time, your energy, without boundaries, without self-respect, without a sense of your own worth, she may appreciate it in the moment, but long-term, she gets bored, she checks out. She feels like she already has you. And when a woman feels like she has already got you, without having to work for it, the addiction ends. So now the question becomes, how do you stop being the guy who gives too much and start being the man she can't stop thinking about? It starts with this brutal truth. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If deep down, you're still hoping for validation, if you're secretly scared of being rejected, if you crave her approval more than your own peace, then every move you make, no matter how alpha it looks, will carry the scent of weakness, because energy doesn't lie. And women, whether they admit it or not, are biologically tuned to detect it. They feel when you're chasing. They feel when you're unsure of yourself. They feel when you're building your worth around how they respond. And here's what they do with that energy. They test it. They push against it. They flirt, then go cold. They withdraw, then come back. Not always consciously, but instinctively. Because she needs to feel that you're not shaken. So what do most guys do when they feel that shift? They panic. They double down. They start asking questions. Did I do something wrong? Are you okay? Did I upset you? And just like that, they lose frame. They hand over the power. They reveal that her attention is more important than their own self-trust, and she feels it. Again, and the cycle repeats. But the man who doesn't chase, who doesn't ask for clarity, validation, or reassurance, he becomes a mirror. He reflects her energy, but he doesn't react to it. If she pulls back, he stays steady. If she tests him, he lets her. If she tries to confuse him, he lets her play her game. And doesn't play back. Because he's not here to win her. He's here to be seen. And if she can't see him clearly, that's her loss. Not his problem. That kind of man is unforgettable. Not because he's flashy or loud, but because he's rare. And that's what creates obsession. Not love, not sex, not status, but scarcity. He becomes the man she replays in her head. The one who didn't bend. The one who didn't explain himself. The one who felt like a mystery wrapped in calm. And you might be wondering, but isn't that manipulative? Shouldn't I be open and honest? Yes, but not to the point of self-destruction. Being emotionally available doesn't mean emotionally exposed. Vulnerability is earned, not spilled. You don't open your soul to every woman who gives you a little attention. You let her come closer. Slowly you reveal layers. With time, and you always stay rooted in your own worth. She has to earn your truth, the same way you're expected to earn her trust. That's how real men move. With intention, with restraint, with power that doesn't need to announce itself. And ironically, that's when the game changes. Because she feels it, and for once, she doesn't have the upper hand. She starts investing. She starts wondering. She starts imagining who you are beneath the stillness. And when she realizes she can't figure you out easily, that's when she becomes emotionally invested. Because when something is uncertain, it becomes valuable. This is why men who don't chase are so magnetic. They don't push, they don't convince. They don't try to be chosen. They let women come to them. Not from arrogance, but from alignment. They know that the right woman will stay curious. She won't need to be chased because she feels the depth even in your silence. And if she walks away, good, because a man who's grounded doesn't fear loss. He knows that whatever leaves was never meant for him. So let me leave you with this. If you're tired of women pulling away, if you're done with being confused, ghosted, if you're ready to stop playing a game you never signed up for, then stop trying to be liked. Stop chasing validation. Stop explaining yourself and start standing still. In your power, in your presence, in your silence. Because that's what drives her crazy. That's what flips the script. That's what separates the boys who beg from the men who walk away.